This is Quiet Echo. I'm Lars Olson, and I'll be your host for this episode. A woman came into the store last Tuesday. She was not looking for a part. She was not looking for advice. She was looking for a plumber. She had called 4 in the county. 2 did not answer. 1 was booked, 3 weeks out. The 4th had retired in November, and nobody told her. I wrote a name on a scrap of paper and slid it across the counter. She thanked me like I had performed some kind of miracle. I had not. I had given her the only plumber I knew still taking new work within 30 miles. Now, I have owned this hardware store for over 30 years. I have watched trades come and go. I have watched prices rise and supplies tighten and loosen. But I have never, in 30 years, watched a customer stand at my counter unable to find a human being to do the work. Not because the work is scarce, because the workers are gone. This is not a Cedar Valley problem. This is a national emergency nobody is treating like one. More than 550,000 construction jobs sit unfilled across the country right now. 94% of contractors say they cannot find workers at any skill level. The Bureau of Labor Statistics projects the annual shortage will grow to close to 500,000 over the next decade. Nearly a third of union electricians are at or near retirement age. These are not numbers I made up. These are federal numbers, and they should keep you awake at night if you own a house, a furnace, or a set of pipes. Here is how we got here. We told a generation of kids one story. 1. Go to college. Get a degree. Sit at a desk. We said it at kitchen tables. We said it in guidance offices. We said it at every graduation speech I have ever attended, and I have attended plenty. We said it so often and so firmly we forgot it was a choice, and started treating it like a commandment. While we were saying it, the electricians and pipe fitters and framers and welders were getting older, and nobody was walking into the shop behind them. Nobody was picking up the torch. Nobody was signing up for the apprenticeship, because we had told them. Not in words, exactly, but in weight. The desk was better than the bench. Here is the part the guidance counselors left out. 47% of skilled tradespeople now earn more than the median college graduate. I will say it again for the people in the back. Nearly half the welders, HVAC technicians, heavy equipment operators, and electricians in this country make more money than the average person holding a 4-year degree. A licensed elevator mechanic can clear $140,000 a year. A construction manager averages over $100,000. A journeyman plumber or electrician earns north of $60,000 within a few years of finishing training. And they start working years before the college graduate sends a first resume. No debt. No waiting. Hands on the work from day one. The country is starting to notice. Trade school enrollment jumped 16% between 2022 and 2023. Apprenticeship enrollment has doubled since 2013. The federal government just announced $145 million in new grants for registered apprenticeships. Construction, manufacturing, healthcare, defense. 47 states passed laws last year expanding career and technical education programs. The wind is shifting, but the hole is deep. You do not train an electrician in a semester. A plumbing apprenticeship takes 4 to 5 years. The gap between the people retiring this year and the people arriving next year is not a gap, it is a canyon. And inside the canyon is decades of accumulated knowledge walking out the door with nobody to hand it to. I want to be fair about something. Not every kid belongs in a trade. Some belong in a classroom. Some belong in a lab. Some belong behind a screenwriting code I will never understand. The answer was never, everyone should go to trade school any more than it was, everyone should go to college. The answer was always the same. Figure out what the young person standing in front of you is built for. Then help them get there. We just stopped offering half the options. My daughter went to college. She is doing fine. I am proud of her. But I watched her classmates. Good kids, smart kids, kids who were better with their hands than with a textbook. Sit through 4 years they did not need because nobody told them there was another door. Some of them are still paying for it. Some of them came home and picked up a trade anyway. They just started a decade late and $40,000 behind. I sell hardware. I sell screws and pipe fittings and saw blades and wire nuts. Every single item on my shelves is useless without a person who knows how to use it. The shelf does not fix the furnace. The box of fittings does not stop the leak. A human being with trained hands and a steady head does the work. And we are running out of those human beings. If you have a son, or a daughter, or a grandchild staring at the fall and wondering what comes next, do me a favor. Do not hand them one answer. Hand them the full list. Show them the earnings. Show them the demand. Show them the job security numbers. Then let them hold a wrench in one hand and a textbook in the other, and decide for themselves which one fits. Mildred says I talk about this too much. She is probably right. But the next time your furnace goes out in January, and nobody answers the phone, you will understand why I keep bringing it up. This is Quiet Echo, and I'm Lars Olson. Chloe Papadakis is here tomorrow with Culture and Craft. I will see you next Wednesday. This podcast is part of the fictional Cedar Valley news series, written by Evan Swenson, publisher, Publication Consultants, and Claude Marshall, AI developmental editor. While the people and town are fictional, the national events they reflect on are real. Want to know the full story behind Cedar Valley? Teresa, Caleb, Dan, and the community you've come to know in these editorials first came together in Quiet Echo. Discover how a small town found its way from fear to fellowship, one quiet act of courage at a time. Available on Amazon. Why do words matter? Because they change lives. When someone reads them, discover why purpose is the foundation of every sentence worth writing in The Power of Authors by Evan and Lois Swenson. Available on Amazon.
You've been listening to the Cedar Valley News Podcast, where small-town voices meet the headlines shaping our world. From faith and family to front porches and fields. We'll be back with more stories connecting real lives to real events. Until next time, keep your porch light on, your faith strong, and your heart open.